Pixar's newest film, Elemental, is out in theaters this weekend, and it is an incredible take on a romantic comedy, a first ever from Pixar, and it is done quite well. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the film right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Tyson, and we are here to talk about movies. That's right, we do movie reviews, movie rankings, we cover major movie news. We do it all here on the channel, so please, if you like that sort of content, stick around and subscribe. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers right now, and I would love to have you guys along for that journey. With that all out of the way, let's get into Pixar's newest film, Elemental. And it is a great romantic comedy slash immigrant story. I'm just going to give you the premise right now. We have a character, Amber, who is this fire element, and she is trying to figure out her way in the world, what she wants to do, thinking she needs to do what her father wants her to do, until she meets this water element, Wade, and that's where our story gets going. Right now, off the bat, I will say I didn't know how I was going to feel about this film going in. I didn't have too much excitement. When I saw the trailers, they didn't really grab my attention. I did just go to this movie because it was Pixar. And Pixar has never fully let me down. So I didn't think they would with this one. My expectations were quite meh, like it was going to be meh. I walked out of the theater being very, very happy with a huge smile on my face. This film is fun. It is enjoyable, and it is a great story. First off, the comedy in this film worked for me like about 95% of the time. It's actually a really funny Pixar film, and it's done right here. The character of Wade is quite hilarious. He is like a city inspector, and how they play on that comedy is brilliant, I will say. And since it's a rom-com, the romance part of this movie is done very well too, and it is a first ever for Pixar that I can think of. So it's really great to see Pixar kind of taking this new step, taking on this new genre in a way, but yet make it for kids and families to enjoy as well. And it is done so well. You do feel the chemistry of these two characters. It is obviously difficult for them to come together, as one is fire and one is water, and they don't think they can touch because elements can't mix. So we get that interesting concept here, and it makes for quite an incredible story. Amber's father here, he comes over from this fire land into Element City, and Element City isn't too fond of the fire people, I guess, fire creatures. They look down on them. They think they cause more chaos. They don't really think they do anything positive for society. So he ends up creating this own space for all these fire creatures in this film, and he takes on this shop that Amber one day wants to and is thinking that she will take over. She just has to learn to control her temper. And he is very much her role model. She looks up to him quite a bit as he sacrificed a lot coming over to Element City to give her a better life. And that story, that immigrant story, is told very, very well here. And I didn't expect that from this movie at all. But I was pleasantly surprised with how they took that journey. I will say that my favorite character in here is Wade and his mom's relationship. It's a very comical relationship, as the mom is voiced by Catherine O'Hara, and she always does a fantastic job in anything she's in, and she, no exception here, was brilliant, and by far, I think their interactions were the funniest part of the movie. They cry a lot over things that, some of us wouldn't cry over, and it was just a funny dynamic to see on screen. It worked very, very well. The animation done here is obviously brilliant. It's Pixar. They're known for their beautiful animation. But I want to say the fire people, their animation is very different. I feel like because if they get wet with water, how it works in the movies, like their face can kind of dissolve and then come back, but yet they're moving 24/7 in the film. And that is also why the budget of this film is $200 million, whereas Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, another hit animated film, was only 100 million. That difference is because the animation, I feel like, in this film, not that it's necessarily better, but it is a little bit more complex, I think, in a way, where the water people have to move a certain way, the fire people have to move a certain way, the wind people have to move a certain way, and because of that, it obviously takes more rendering, it takes more time to edit, and that, I think, is why the film costs more. But, I mean, two different films, but they are both beautifully stunning in their animation, for sure. So far, great year for animation. This story, like I said, it's beautiful, it's heartwarming. It really, I think, is going to connect with a lot of audiences out there. When this film premiered at Cannes, I think it got like around a 50% at Rotten Tomatoes. The critics weren't too big on this. Now I think it has a 77%, I believe, with Rotten Tomatoes. And I think the audience score is going to be very well here, maybe somewhere in the mid to high 80s, I think. A lot of audience members are going to connect with this film. I hope a lot of them go out to see it because I don't think the marketing has been great on this film and I don't want it to hinder it. It's obviously a great one and I think you all should go out and see it. I'm going to score Pixar's Elemental with a 7 out of 10. I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed my time in the theater, and walking out of it, I think it is a great middle tier Pixar film. And when Pixar has so many great films, being middle tier is a great achievement, especially right now when they've kind of been in a little bit of a drought, especially coming off their latest one, which I believe was Lightyear before, which was a little bit of a disappointment to say the least. This one is a huge step up from that, and a huge step up, I believe, from their past releases that they have done. So, with that all being said, that's my thoughts on the film. Let me know down below in the comments section. Are you guys excited to see this film? Are you always going to go out and support Pixar? Or does this one not really grab your attention? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. Look out for a Pixar ranking. I'm going to rank all, I think, 27 of their films now. I'm going to do that this weekend, so be on the lookout for that to hit the channel, as well as a lot more content to come as well. So, with all that being said, guys, that's going to do it for me here. And until the next one, I'll catch you on the next one.